Hello, my curious souls. Welcome in or welcome back. My name is Amanda. Thank you so much for being here with me today. How are we feeling now that we're into 2025, into the new year? I would love to hear how you enjoyed the holidays, how you spent the holidays, and if you were able to get some rest and relaxation. Either way, regardless of how you celebrated, if you celebrated or didn't celebrate, I would love to hear how you're doing. I hope you are all well, and we are ready to tackle a new year together. I apologize, I forgot to put that sentiment in my last video because I had pre-recorded it prior to going on holidays and I wasn't quite into the new year spirit yet. So I'm sharing that now and wishing you all the best for the upcoming year. Thank you so much for those who purchased yearly readings, who sent in donations, who have commented in my videos, liked my videos, shared my videos, subscribed to my channel. All of your support over the previous years up until this point and hopefully into the future is so much appreciated. So with that, in today's Pick a Card Tarot reading, we are going to do a 2-card mystery message reading with a bonus oracle card. This is going to give you messages for inspiration for your week ahead, or messages that you need to know right now, things that you need to focus on or be aware of, or just general messages that want to come through for your guidance, confirmation, and or inspiration. As always with these readings, please trust your intuition, decide what feels best, and lovingly leave the rest behind for who it is meant for. So if you're ready to hop into your reading today, the timestamps for each one of these soul paths are in the description box. And for those who would like an official introduction to the soul paths, let me do that right now. So for Soul Path 1, we have the Caribbean Calcite with the number 20 for the Oracle card. For Soul Path 2, we have the number 25 for the Oracle card and the blue Apatite stone. For Soul Path 3, we have the number 2 for the Oracle card. There's lots of number 2s on the table, so maybe there's multiple piles here that are calling to you, with the red Jasper stone. And finally, for Soul Path 4, we have the number 6 for your Oracle card, and we have the Mystic Merlinite stone. So when you feel called and ready, use the timestamps in the description to jump straight into your tarot reading, and we will see you over there. Hello, Soul Path 1. Welcome into your reading. You chose the Caribbean Calcite with the number 20 that is on your Oracle card. Let's reveal now what this Oracle card is before we get into the tarot. You have innovation, new creations. Definitely very creative energy. There's something that maybe you're planting a seed for or considering. Maybe think about creating something this week, or just think about what you would like to create for your future, maybe as a project or a side hobby, or maybe even just something that you want to create within your home. I'm seeing somebody organizing their space or beautifying their space, and to create something within their space that makes it feel more personalized or to help you feel more at home. I also feel like there are some creators here in Soul Path 1. So there's something here about maybe thinking about a new project, starting a new project, or bringing something to life. But I'm feeling that it's about using your 2 hands to create something. Number 20 could also be significant, so 20th of this month, or you could be born on the 20th. When we break that down, it does add up to the number 2, which are all about choices and balance, harmony, finding more balance in life, and making choices that align with that harmony and balance. So let's get 2 cards, which could be related to this oracle card. I would love to hear how the messages so far has resonated for you, and even how you are interpreting this card as well. What stands out to you? How are you feeling about that energy? So let's get into the tarot now. 2 cards for Soul Path 1, please. What would you like to share with them? Strongest energy, 2 cards. Oh, look at that. Well, you will look at that in a minute. Okay. So we have 2 of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords. We did speak to that, and it's interesting. We have that balance and harmony as well as choices coming back into play. So I think choices are going to be really important for the week ahead, or with whatever you're considering in the creation process, whatever you would like to create. You have to create space if you're looking to add something new or create something else in your life outside of maybe what you're doing for work, or taking care of family, taking care of your needs, spending time with friends, etc. But outside of that, I feel like there's something here that you're trying to fold into the mix, but that's going to require balance and space and time to be able to create that thing. Now, notice that this person is facing away from the chaos that is happening behind it. There are lots of waves, it's choppy waters, and these ships are flying about on top of the waves here. But this person is really focused on the priorities, the highest priorities. And so I think that priorities are going to be really important, especially if you have a lot going on, maybe a lot of distractions, a lot of people trying to pull at your attention. This is a moment to pull that energy in and consider and make choices that align to your priorities, and also align with how much time and effort and energy you have for the things that you are prioritizing. So again, that balance and harmony is coming into play. Queen of Swords in the upright. This is a woman who makes decisions, who collects as much information and as much knowledge as she can in order to provide the king with the most tactful, logical way forward. And she's also good at discerning what's best, what's not, and being really cutting. And I want to say cold, but in this instance, I don't feel it's a bad thing, because the Queen of Swords is offering you inspiration to whatever this is that you're trying to create or bring into your life, that you have to be very discerning, and you also have to be really ruthless about cutting out things and being really strategic and logical with how you are spending your time, energy, money, and if that aligns to the things that you want to create, cutting out anything that does not align with that at this time. That doesn't mean that it's a permanent thing. That could be a permanent thing, but it could just be a temporary thing so that you can bring focus to what is needed in this moment. She's also very open-minded about looking at all of the different aspects and perspectives to get the truth. Not necessarily the truth that someone is telling her, but the truth that lies within, as well as the truth that lies in the information that she is observing or being provided. So there is almost a filtering energy coming through of having to filter things out, filtering out the distractions, filtering out the non-priorities, filtering out the people, the places, the situations that only serve to pull you off course or to suck up your time. So discernment, setting healthy boundaries, being very decisive when it comes to making decisions, and I feel decisions are going to be very strong in your immediate future. Seeing above the fogginess, finding clarity. In order to find clarity, again, it's cutting out the noise and being observant as possible so that you can learn something about your environment, about the people around you, and about the things that you want to achieve. Looking forward into your future, not necessarily looking back, but being present in this moment and making decisions that are best for what is ahead. Now, bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Pentacles. That speaks to environment, that speaks to physical body, health, and financial wellness. So I feel like this is also a moment of getting things organized within that 3D physical space and having that physical aspect of life be in balance and harmony as well, so that it can create space for you to settle, to feel comfortable, and to be able to focus on the thing that you want to move towards and or create. So this is what I have for you, Soul Path 1. Feel free to comment to let me know if this reading resonated with you, and if so, how. I always love to know that. And with gratitude, I'm sending you all my love. Stay curious, and I'll see you in your next reading. Hello, Soul Path 2. Welcome into your reading. You chose the blue apatite stone and the oracle card with the number 25 on it. So that could be a significant number for you. It also adds up to a number 7. So you could be experiencing some setbacks at this moment in time, or you could be in a moment of analysis, of review, of taking a step back and looking at something in greater detail so that you know how to move forward with something. This could also indicate that there are some challenges, some changes and choices that you have to make because of this stepping back and this observation. So let's take a look at what this oracle card is. And it is go with the flow, letting go, cleansing, and receiving. So that's very indicative of what we were just talking about, but I almost wonder if this isn't a time for action. This is a time to take a step back, to observe, to receive information, to go with the flow, and to clean out any energy that you do not want to bring into the day, the week, the month, the year. And that's a whole process in itself, and it doesn't necessarily happen overnight. That letting go process can be different for everybody, but I feel there's an awareness and a consideration of what that might be, so that you have that focus of, I want to work towards doing this or doing that, or letting go of this, and finally coming to terms with whatever it is. But I feel for a specific period of time, you have to just allow, and that is divine feminine energy. So it's not that divine masculine where you're going out and you're going after something, or you're initiating something and taking action. This is taking a pause. This is taking a step back and seeing where life takes you, seeing where things go, what happens. And that might be a little uncomfortable, which could be what that number 5 is about. And feeling in a bit of a discomfort zone, or feeling in a place of transition, or a bit of a gray area. But if you have a tough time receiving or allowing, or you're having trouble taking your hand off the wheel, then that might be a good place to start. Why is it that you are unable to take a step back and to receive, or allow people to maybe assist you, or wait to respond to something? I know personally I've had issues with that myself, as a very ambitious Leo that I am. And over this past 6 to 8 months, I have had to learn the art of allowing, the art of surrendering to the flow. That doesn't mean that I am being passive about it and just letting things happen as they need to happen. I'm taking action when I feel called to do so, and doing what I need to do to earn money, etc. But I'm not forcing anything. I'm not going after or starting anything new at this time. I'm simply just allowing the day to take me where I where it needs me to go. Okay, so have your first card here, and one more. Okay. Aha. Yes. And just for conversation's sake, the Empress in reverse at the bottom of the deck. So Again, our divine feminine energy is in reverse at the bottom of the deck. So I do feel like you do have a tough time settling into patience, settling into allowing things to unfold in divine time and due time. And that could possibly be what needs to be let go of or understood on a deeper level. I feel you're being called to step into that, to see the expansion that you want to see. And we've got the Queen of Pentacles here. She is also very divine feminine energy, but she is in the upright. So I feel there's a focus on self. There's a focus on your three-dimensional world at this time. This could be your home. This could be your physical body. This could be your nutrition. This could be your finances as well. So anything where, any aspect of life where you feel like you're not on solid ground might be a place to focus on at this time to help you with going with the flow. I am getting some kind of physical exercise that may not be kind of a hyper speed or heavy weight activity or fast moving. I almost feel like this is a slowing down energy. So Qigong or Tai Chi or even yoga, yin yoga, which is just a beautiful practice of settling into the body and slower movements. And that's kind of what I'm feeling with that Queen of Pentacles, because I feel there's a call to really be in the physical world, really be in the present, really being aware of your surroundings in the external and the internal as well. But again, moving a little bit slower, finding focus on something for an extended period of time, something that you can commit to. So there's structure here, there's routine here, and not doing anything that is going to be too active, too stressful, too fast. And then we have the Ten of Swords energy here, which is something coming to an end, and it could possibly be how you've done things in the past, how you've acted in the past or taken action. And this could also be some kind of mental health coming to an end, where you are finally finding a modality that is working for you and you're no longer bound or stressed by this mental stress that you've been carrying around. And I kind of almost wonder if that's why there's a call to go with the flow, to slow down, to really focus on the physical body and getting into that physical self, because maybe you have been in your mind a lot. There's been a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress, a lot of rumination, and you not being able to get respite from something. It could be a situation or it could be something within the mind. So I really do feel that patience and that physical, slower moving exercises are going to be really helpful for you. And what's interesting, as we talk about mental cycles, I do see the Nadalis here on this woman's head as somewhat of a crown. So I almost wonder if that is what's coming to an end, is the cycles of thinking, the cycles of thought, the negative patterns that have been going on in your mind, maybe even how you speak to yourself within your mind, how you think, and that negativity that might creep in when things get stressful, or even when you do slow down. So working through that a little bit, getting a couple of messages in here. So take whatever suits, take whatever fits, and let me know if this message or these messages are resonating with you and how. I always like to hear how they land. So this is what I have for you, Soul Path 2. I hope this was helpful. With gratitude, I'm sending you love. Stay curious, and I'll see you in your next reading. Hello, my Soul Path 3. Welcome into your reading. You chose the red jasper stone with the number 2 for the oracle card. You could be facing a lot of decisions right now, or you are trying to find some kind of balance or harmony within your life. You could even be looking for a partner. That could be in business, that could be romance, or you could be looking for some kind of companion, a friend that maybe you can travel with or hang out with. Whatever that may be, it's bringing two people together in harmony and balance. So however that fits, I feel like you might be in search of that. And so that's kind of what I'm getting from that. So let's look at your oracle card now. Courage, strength, fierceness, and family. Okay, so that's interesting. My focus is going to that family and that balance where two people are coming together. Now, you could be looking for your soul family. You could be desiring a stronger, more intimate, or deeper connection with somebody in your family. You could even be making choices to be more near your family, whether that is the genetic family or your soul family. But I feel you're making some choices, and it's going to require some courage and some strength in that. So there could be a fear, especially when it comes to romantic relationships, of having that intimacy. There's a fear of getting hurt. There's a fear of being vulnerable, and that is valid. You don't want to open your heart to just anybody. But if that is something that you desire, then you have to have the strength, the courage, and the fierceness to be able to open up a little bit and to allow that relationship in your life, maybe in a different way than you have in the past. So I'm kind of getting that. Maybe some of you are also wanting to start a family, so all the more reason to want to partner up. But I do get that some new choices are going to be required of you in order to either bring that in or to make that happen. So I almost wonder if some past stuff needs to be reviewed, lessons learned, etc., and trying to integrate those lessons into your new choices that are up and coming. Okay, so I did pre-shuffle these, but I'm being called to shuffle these again. I'd love to know how these messages resonate so far, if they are. I know in Soul Path 2, there were a few different messages. There was a lot of energy coming in. And I'm kind of feeling that with this one as well. So there could be multiple messages for multiple people here. So it'll be interesting to see what the tarot has to say in more specifics. I'm seeing 4 of Wands in my mind's eye. I'm also seeing 2 of Cups. Neither came out. That's okay. So we have the moon. Okay, lots of questions, lots of mystery, maybe even some secrets that have been revealed or you're working through at this time. There could be more questions than answers. And there could also be conditioned beliefs of what you were told and your intuition or what is within your current reality, and those things not jiving quite well. There's a little bit of tension there. So the moon is about exploring that darker part and to follow your own light, to get to the other side of that mystery and that illusion, which you might be trying to understand or work through. There could be some illusions that you need to break. So if you have a belief about something, about yourself or a situation, then maybe that is simply just an illusion that needs to be challenged or broken. And so that could apply for some of you. Others of you, I feel you're really challenging or questioning your values or what you believe to be true versus what was kind of told to you or instilled upon you at some point in time. Dark night of the soul could be relevant for some of you as well, where you are kind of going deep into the depths of your soul to really ask the tough questions and to understand who you are outside of family, outside of the external influences. And that does require a lot of strength and courage to do. Not a lot of people really face that darkness head on. But I feel you are looking for answers. And the only way to do that is to step back or to go deep. And that is that moon card. Also, this can speak to cycles as well, as the moon goes through its monthly cycle. And so there's some things that are coming to its fullness or fullness in understanding. And then there's other things that are being maybe eclipsed or hidden. And you're not able to really see the answer, see the light of that yet. So there's a lot of possible confusion that's coming up with that. Knight of Wands in reverse. We do have some scattered energy here. Maybe not really knowing where to settle, where to land, which dream to follow, maybe having your, I want to say your eggs in too many baskets, or your commitments in too many different things. We do have the 10 of Wands here in reverse at the bottom of the deck, which can also speak to scattered energy, or releasing some burdens that are not yours, releasing some responsibilities, tasks, to-dos. This could also be people. I'm even getting dreams from this. So having more than one dream, but the dreams are opposing each other. So you're being pulled in multiple different directions. It's almost like you have to pick or decide or choose where it is you want to go and to commit to that to the long term, because you could be a very multifaceted, multi-passionate person, and that could simply be what the Knight of Wands is all about. So naturally, your energy is going to be pulled in multiple directions. I'm wondering if this is a time to really focus and choose one thing that you're really passionate about, versus trying to do a whole bunch of different things and not really having the energy for all of them. You're kind of putting 20% into all of these things versus 70 or 80% into one thing and 30% into another, etc. So there's almost like a paring down that I'm seeing, and a little more of a focus or a commitment on something. And I'm not really sure what that is. Now, I will say with the Knight of Wands in reverse, this can also speak to a person as well. This can speak to a person that, which could be you, it could be the people that you choose to be around. This could be partnerships, this could be friendships, but somebody who is not wanting to commit to something, someone who is not as passionate or has the desire to be committed to the particular thing that you and this other person are connecting with. So for example, if you are in a partnership with this person, maybe you want to settle down, but this other person doesn't. They don't want a family, they don't want to get married, they want to explore, or maybe they want to date other people. So again, that scattered energy is coming through. So that could be relevant for somebody, and maybe you're going into the depths of your emotions to understand, you know, is this the type of person that I want? Is this too much of a burden for me to carry or take on? Am I okay with this energy, or am I looking for something or someone else? So again, I'm getting a little bit of assessment energy, but that's because there's a choice to go into that depth and to explore what else there is on a deeper level. So I do hope that was helpful for you, Soul Path 3. I'd love to hear it in the comments. Feel free to share what this means for you and what messages are standing out to you the most. And I do hope either way that this was helpful for you, Soul Path 3. With gratitude, I'm sending you love. Stay curious, and I'll see you in your next reading. Hello, Soul Path 4. Welcome into your reading. You chose the Mystic Merlinite Stone with the number 6, which is on the Oracle card. You could be finding yourself in a place of balance and coming into harmony after some kind of change or challenge that you have recently faced. This is success. This is victory. This is having things come back into order again. So I'm really feeling like you have gone through some challenges, some changes, a little bit of adversity, and now this is a moment where you're entering a period or an era or a moment of harmony where things are starting to settle down a little bit. I'm seeing the Wheel of Fortune in my mind's eye, so we'll see if that comes up in the tarot. But let's take a look at your Oracle card, which is Angelic Assistance, Divine Guidance, and Loving Support. So you could have, it's interesting, I'm getting somebody has moved through a challenging time, but that has strengthened their belief and faith in angelic presence or in spiritual unknowns. And you might have even been visited by such things. I would absolutely love to know your story if that is the case. For others of you, I feel like you're opening yourself up, or have opened yourself up, or need to open yourself up to the loving support that is around you, and to be open to the signs, symbols, synchronicities that are trying to guide you to the right place and the right people. Especially if you are still moving through some challenge and change, there might be certain things that are coming up a lot, and they're coming up at random times. It could be songs, it could be numbers, it could be books that are kind of falling into your lap, maybe not literally, but you keep seeing this book title everywhere, or you keep seeing a phrase everywhere. And to me, this is just pay attention to that. Pay attention to where you're being guided, what you're being asked to do at this time, and to not be afraid to accept help from those in the physical world who are willing to assist you. Okay, so 2 cards for Soul Path 4, please. 6s could also be a number for you, an aligned number for you. It could be your birth month or your birthday. 1 more for Soul Path 4, please. Okay. Yes, interesting. And I'm going to... There was the 2 of Cups that came out. We'll touch on that, but we won't go too deep into that because we're going to do a short read today. Queen of Cups, that is super interesting. We talked about loving support and divine guidance, and here she is with the Queen of Cups. This is about really being receptive, really thinking about our dreams and looking at how we feel, really receiving information, and really settling into our emotional body. What is going on with our emotions, and are we being observant of that, or are we being judging of that? The Queen of Cups is also somebody who you can go to whenever you're having a hard time as well. So again, finding those people who are going to hold space for you to be able to share your feelings, to share what you're going through without judgment. You could be that person, or you could find somebody for yourself if you are moving through a tough time. So she is just very receptive, very intuitive. This might be a time to cut out the noise and to find a space to reconnect with your dreams, your desires, your intuitive nudges that may have been drowned out by a particular situation, circumstance, or certain people in your life. And we come into the Devil here as we speak to those things that are distracting us or pulling our attention. We also have the 2 of Cups here, so again, we have that loving support coming through once again. And I feel like I'm hearing and seeing love conquers all. We talked about going through a challenging time as well, and we have the 5 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So this is a grieving period. This is a moment of moving through some difficult emotions, and there may not necessarily be a specific trigger, like something happened and now we're grieving a loss. This could be something still from your past that you have not yet officially grieved and let go of. It may have been quite painful, so there may have been some suppression, or maybe some things that you were doing to put that aside and not deal with it because of how painful it was. This might be a time to move through that now and to officially let it go, to face it and understand that there's these 2 of Cups here, there's these 2 of Cups here. So there's new opportunities, there is support around you, and it's just about finding that support and asking for that support and allowing that support without placing any judgment on yourself. Now, the Devil can speak to unhealthy attachments that we have, either to our past, to a certain behavior or a thought pattern, and not being able to let go of it for one reason or another. Now, this could be conscious, or it could simply be something that is subconscious that we're not fully aware of yet, and that could be why it is in the sideways position, because it may not be ready to be faced yet. First, I feel there needs to be the space of non-judgment being held for you so that you can move through this in the most supporting and loving way. So identify whom those people might be. They could be people in your life, friends, family, bosses, coworkers, etc. Or they could be somebody professional that can hold that emotional space for you when you need it, so that you can move through these emotions in a very safe, healthy, and comforting way. So this is what I have for you, my dear Soul Path 4. I do hope that resonated. Let me know in the comments what messages resonated and how. And I do hope that was helpful for you. And with gratitude, I'm sending you love. Stay curious, and I'll see you in your next reading.